Walter Elias Disney, or Walt Disney, is that brilliant man who gave the world Mickey Mouse, Snow White, Cinderella, and many more animated characters that the world loves even today, after so many decades. Buzz lists some famous quotes by this legendary man. Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination in the world. Walt Disney. If it hadn't been for Walt Disney, we would have never had a Mickey Mouse, Sleeping Beauty, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, or Pinocchio. Worse still, there would have been no Disneyland, a place where anything is possible, and imagination and fantasy are the only realities. There will always be only one Walt Disney. It's hard to imagine anyone even coming close to what he gave the world through his innovations. He believed that the children of the world are its greatest resource, and that their minds must not be restricted by grown-ups. He said that adults are just grown-up children, and that they must also be taught how to believe again. The following are some famous quotes by Walt Disney, which simply prove what a wise man he was. These wonderful quotes are both motivational and inspirational. They can be used in any area of life. They show his love for what he did, and also his unfaltering belief in the power of laughter. You can also include these quotes in your graduation cards as a source of inspiration when you leave college and go out into the world. Walt Disney quotes: people look at you and me to see what they are supposed to be. And if we don't disappoint them, maybe, just maybe, they won't disappoint us. That's the real trouble with the world. Too many people grow up. Somehow I can't believe that there are any heights that can't be scaled by a man who knows the secrets of making dreams come true. This special secret, it seems to me, can be summarized in 4 C's. They are curiosity, confidence, courage, and constancy. We are not trying to entertain the critics. I'll take my chances with the public. I do not like repeat successes. I like to move on to other things. I have been up against tough competition all my life. I wouldn't know how to get along without it. I have no use for people who throw their weight around as celebrities, or for those who fawn over you just because you are famous. Girls bored me, they still do. I love Mickey Mouse more than any woman I've ever known. When people laugh at Mickey Mouse, it's because he's so human. And that's the secret of his popularity. Adults are only kids grown up anyway. Being a celebrity doesn't seem to keep the fleas off our dogs. And if being a celebrity won't give me an advantage over a couple of fleas, then I guess there can't be much in being a celebrity after all. Mickey Mouse is, to me, a symbol of independence. He was a means to an end. We started Disneyland in the knowledge that most of the people I talked to thought it would be a financial disaster, closed and forgotten within the first year. Fantasy and reality often overlap. You can design and create, and build the most beautiful place in the world. But it takes people to make the dream a reality. Times and conditions change so rapidly that we must keep our aim constantly focused on the future. Animation can explain whatever the mind of man can conceive. Mickey Mouse popped out of my head and onto a writing pad 20 years on a train ride from Manhattan to Hollywood, at a time when business fortunes for my brother Roy and myself were at their lowest ebb and disaster seemed right around the corner. A man should never neglect his family for business. Disneyland is a work of love. We didn't go into it just with the idea of making money. You can't just let nature run wild. We allow no geniuses around our studio. Most of my life, I have done what I wanted to do. I have had fun on the job. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. When you believe in a thing, believe it all the way, implicitly and unquestionable. Happiness is a state of mind. It's just according to the way you look at things. In bad times and good, I have never lost my sense of zest for life. All the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles, have strengthened me. Sometimes a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. Do what you do so well that they will want to see it again and bring their friends. If you dream it, you can do it. Always remember that the whole thing was started with a dream and a mouse. The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique. The difference in winning and losing is most often not quitting. When you're curious, you find lots of interesting things to do. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things, because we are curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. Why worry? If you have done the very best you can, worrying won't make it any better. Our greatest natural resource is the minds of our children. Laughter is timeless. Imagination has no age. And dreams are forever. I always look at the optimistic side of life, but I am realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter. I believe in being an innovator. A person should set his goals as early as he can and devote all his energy and talent to getting there. With enough effort, he may achieve it. Or he may find something that is even more rewarding. But in the end, no matter what the outcome, he will know he has been alive. People still think of me as a cartoonist, but the only thing I lift a pen or pencil for these days is to sign a contract, a check, or an autograph. Get a good idea and stay with it. Do it, and work at it until it's done right. I would rather entertain and hope that people learn something than educate people and hope they were entertained. I'm quite sure these quotes must have inspired you in some way or given you the motivation that you had been seeking. As Walt Disney says, do what you love, and do it so well that you have no regrets about it later. Also, don't worry about things that are not in your control and learn to let go. When you do that, you will be a much happier person.